In this month of October, the YNW Melly case will begin ramping up as the trial is now set to begin soon. Sources claim the trial's been delayed due to new evidence being found against YNW Melly, which if found guilty, YNW Melly's prison sentence will be around 2 full life sentences, equaling around 100 years inside of prison. As on September 30th, news outlets started reporting YNW Melly is being accused of teaming up with one of his lawyers to plot a prison escape. As the Broward County Jail where YNW Melly is currently locked up did an interview with Complex where they mentioned in the courtroom, on April 11th, 2022, Broward Sheriff's offices received a confidential tip regarding inmates Nicholas Lewis and Jamal Demons, both housed in the same unit at the main jail, planning an escape from jail by having Demons' attorney bring in 2 handcuff keys in order to aid the escape. Additional information provided by the source was that Lewis had an illegal item in his jail cell, as well as narcotics that was not prescribed to him. The statement continues saying, jail authorities searched Lewis's cell after the tip, which came from another inmate. They found multiple illegal items, as well as narcotics in for which he did not have a prescription. YNW Melly's cell was also searched, but nothing was found except food from the commissary, as well as an excessive amount of jail-issued clothing. Now, this all started from when another inmate inside of YNW Melly's cell block informed the county jail that YNW Melly, as well as the inmate named Lewis, were up to shady things and discussing a prison escape during lunch. He mentioned they were planning an escape from which YNW Melly's lawyers was gonna slide him a handcuff key during their next court meeting. YNW Melly's mother even reacted to it by stating,
"Okay, so I'm at work and I just seen this crazy story. First of all, this is just another tactic for them to try to literally just tarnish my son's character and everything. They do not want him having attorney visits in person, which will cause for ineffective counsel. So we went to court for that. And they took his phone calls and they have him locked down. They had no evidence whatsoever that his attorneys did anything wrong to prove these accusations, but they knew it would get picked up by the media. So when we get ready to pick a jury, hopefully within the next 2 weeks, it's gonna be, oh, this kid tried to escape. Oh, this kid tried to do all these things. This is all fake because they do not have a case.
In the video, YNW Melly's mom mentions how the feds have no evidence against YNW Melly, so the prosecutors are doing anything possible to make him look bad in front of the jury, as jury selection for the YNW Melly trial is beginning in about 2 weeks. And when she states that the prosecutors are having a hard time getting evidence on Melly, this actually makes sense, as on July 6th, new paperwork was released revealing YNW Melly will no longer be facing the penalty within his case. Reports are being released that there was sloppy paperwork done by the feds, as well as filing paperwork was not done on specific dates, resulting in the court system to be penalized and then the penalty against YNW Melly being dropped. Then also reports of good defenses coming out from YNW Melly's side with his lawyers is also a really good thing. As Melly's mom also wrote on Instagram, the penalty has been officially removed from YNW Melly's case. Thank you, Jesus. Hashtag Free Melly 2022. So with the trial beginning soon, the courtroom is going to begin seeing the defenses from YNW Melly's side, just as 100K Track said in an interview with DJ Academics, as he stated this.
He built a real great solid team away from just being innocent because he wouldn't do such a crime. He prepared himself and got a proper, defense. Their job is to handle themselves in trial, not on social media. You guys are taking it that way. If they say they got DNA in a car, I'm just gonna tell you Melly DNA was found in the car. You're gonna think, yeah, his DNA was found in the car the day of the oh, he jumped in a car and his DNA was in the car, he did it. Okay, but you're not gonna put the fact that this was his car for 6-7 months on those documents and dockets and just automatically be like, yo, he's fried. You don't even know what the defense is. You don't even know what the rebuttal is. You don't even know why that situation occurred. You hear ballistics flying, You don't know what the defense is. You hear this, you hear that. You get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest.
In case you're unaware, 100K Track is YNW Melly's music manager. It was also mentioned that YNW Melly's trial was set to begin months ago. It was later then paused due to at the end of YNW Melly's last court hearing, while YNW Melly was being transported back to the county jail, sources claim from YNW Melly's cell block that there was inmates awaiting his arrival back to the county jail. As once YNW Melly arrived back to the jail, sources claim that inmates were all in their cells, which is very unusual, and YNW Melly walked up to his jail cell. Once arriving, an altercation then occurred between YNW Melly and another rapper named Rico Reckless, as YNW Melly's official Twitter account put out a statement saying, and I quote, "To all my loved ones and close friends, I want to let everyone know that my phone privileges have been revoked and I'm no longer allowed to call or have video visitation. That is the reason why no one has received any calls from me. But do not worry, I am in great spirits." Now, just weeks before the YNW Melly trial was supposed to begin, this altercation occurred, as we saw reports being released of YNW Melly being placed in solitary confinement after getting into an altercation inside of jail with another rapper named Rico Reckless from Chicago, Illinois. They are both awaiting their trials to begin. Now, YNW Melly inside of jail has allegedly always been a problem with newer inmates. This is resulting now into his lawyers trying everything possible to have the rapper released from jail, as ever since the release of his newest evidence files, YNW Melly has been running into countless issues with inmates, as being inside of jail is loyalty over everything, as there really isn't much obviously inside of jail, because after the YNW Melly cell phone evidence was released from T-Mobile, it raised major concerns of Melly's loyalty to the people he considered his brothers. The issues with loyalty in jail started when YNW Melly's court hearing revealed just how guilty the judge believes YNW Melly is, as during the court hearing, YNW Melly's lawyers in court have been pushing the judge to demand the Florida rapper's release. YNW Melly is requesting to leave jail immediately just to treat an abscess in his teeth. This is due to his permanent diamond grill. It was reported that YNW Melly is unable to properly clean his teeth and allegedly does not have access to a regular toothbrush or dental floss. Now, something as simple as a dentist appointment ended up being denied after prosecutors brought up more evidence against the Florida rapper, as they announced a new court order stating, and I quote, "Ordered and adjudged that defendant's motion to suppress evidence obtained from T-Mobile warrant is hereby denied," as YNW Melly's lawyers originally filed a motion asking the judge to make all evidence on YNW Melly provided from T-Mobile unusable in the courtroom, as the evidence provided to law enforcement from T-Mobile is massive in the case and actually could become the final piece the feds need to lock up Melly for 100 years in prison. As the T-Mobile evidence states, these particular cell phones, which were both iPhone 10s, were on the T-Mobile network. And so T-Mobile has a very interesting feature where it will tell you the environment the cell phone is in. So from these cell phone records, I can tell you the exact moment Demons got out of the car and staged the drive-by location. Also on YNW Melly's cell phone, they found a video on it. As the evidence report states, then also we have a video of Mr. Demons admitting to doing an act towards two individuals in the head. This video was on Mr. Demons' cell phone, which was brought to my office by Jameson Francis. That's how we had that, and that is all of the evidence that Your Honor has. Jameson Francis in that evidence file is actually 100K Track, YNW Melly's music manager that was speaking earlier in the video. And to top it off with the most concerning piece of evidence found off YNW Melly's cell phone was actually obtained by Complex, as they stated a new piece of evidence stating, there is one Instagram exchange that took place hours after the passings, which was obtained by Complex via a public records request. In it, YNW Melly's Instagram account says, "I did that," in one message, followed 2 minutes later by another message saying, "Shh." The timing of these Instagram DMs will be used by the state to make the case that these messages count as a confession by YNW Melly, as these messages were sent only a few hours after it was reported Sakchaser and Juvy sadly passed. Now, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like on it and don't forget to subscribe. It's been District Trending, and I'm out. Peace.